How are you?
Good. Always watch your video.
Thank you.
This is Monaco, a gilded cage for the universe's elite. Yet rising above this sea of billionaires is one name whispered with a mix of envy and disbelief. Zeus von Monaco. He makes the 1% look like tourists. We have all seen the flashes, the supercars that look like spaceships, the watches worth more than islands. But that is just the armor. The real question is, what lies beneath? What happens when the cameras cut and the silence of the ultra-elite sets in? Is his life a paradise or a golden prison of perfection? We are about to peel back the velvet curtain to reveal a world that defies logic. The sun is just rising over the Mediterranean, and his day begins not with a routine, but with a ritual that will leave you questioning your own reality. Forget the jarring buzz of an alarm clock. That is a sound for the ordinary world. Zeus awakens instead to a curated symphony of Monaco's harbor, as automated glass walls silently vanish, inviting the vast turquoise Mediterranean directly into his bed sheets. This is not just waking up, this is ascending. He drifts into a bathroom that thinks before he does. Smart mirrors brief him on global markets, while intelligent showers infuse the steam with rare aromatherapy. It is a seamless dance between man and machine, ending with a robotic embrace that dries the skin with warm Egyptian cotton. The indulgence continues at the table. Croissants dusted in 24-karat gold, and coffee brewed from beans grown on a private estate, a harvest that exists for one man alone. Yet luxury requires stamina. Under the watchful eye of a former Olympian, he sculpts his physique in a gym floating above the sea, where AI machines adjust to his heartbeat in real time. He is now fueled, focused, and physically perfected. But the body is merely the canvas. Now he must don the armor that will bring the world to its knees. A wardrobe is not merely for storage. For a man of this stature, it is an arsenal. Zeus steps into a dressing sanctuary that sprawls wider than an average city apartment, a space where silence and style converge. Here, there is no decision fatigue. An advanced digital stylist algorithm analyzes his day's agenda, curating a bespoke ensemble where every stitch is hand-sewn to project absolute authority. He does not just wear a suit, he inhabits a second skin designed for dominance. This is the first lesson of the elite. Appearance is not vanity, it is strategy. Descending into the garage, he ignores the aggressive growl of his Italian hypercars. Today requires focus, not adrenaline. He slides into the back of a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a vehicle that offers the rarest luxury of all: absolute silence. The heavy door clicks shut, sealing out the noise of the world. While tourists snap photos of the passing silhouette, inside, the atmosphere is electric with intensity. He is not relaxing. He is already dissecting market trends and sharpening his mind. He pays millions not for comfort, but for the distraction-free focus that keeps him ahead of the curve. The engine hums, the partition rises, and the predator is ready to hunt. He is approaching the battlefield, and the boardroom is about to feel the full weight of his arrival. Zeus enters his office, not a room, but a command center perched in Monaco's most prestigious tower. Here, the panoramic view is secondary. The focus is the invisible network of AI assistants and holographic displays that flicker to life at his arrival. The atmosphere is cold, precise, and terrifyingly efficient. At 09, the boardroom becomes a theater of war. He does not merely attend meetings, he orchestrates them, dissecting complex strategies with a surgical intellect that leaves his executives scrambling to keep up. By 10, the vibe shifts from rigid structure to explosive creativity. Holograms map out future trends as he pushes his innovation team to break the laws of possibility. Distance means nothing to a man who controls the grid. At 11, he dominates a conference with Asian giants, using real-time AI translation to negotiate deals in Tokyo while sitting in the Mediterranean sun. It is a masterclass in global control. When noon arrives, the noise stops. A private Michelin star chef serves a lunch designed for fuel, not just flavor. Watching him, you see a titan who bends the world to his schedule. But do not let the polish fool you. This level of ruthlessness was not born in a palace. To understand the emperor, we must strip away the gold and face the hungry, desperate ghost of his past. We look at the emperor and see magic. But before the myth, there was the man. Strip away the viral fame and the golden nickname, and you find Ilan Tobiana. Born in 1971, he was not cradled in silk or gifted an empire. He started with zero. This is the story of a grinder. While others dreamed, Ilan studied, fighting through the brutal trenches of law school and enduring the exhausting anonymity of endless internships. He faced a world that owed him nothing. But true ambition does not ask for permission. It seizes opportunity. His defining moment came with a massive gamble. Stepping into the lion's den of Monaco, he didn't come to play, he came to conquer the ruthless world of real estate law. Through decades of sleepless nights and ferocious networking, he built a reputation as sharp as his suits. He then did the impossible. He fused the credibility of a top-tier lawyer with the magnetism of a modern digital icon, birthing the persona of Zeus. He proves that royalty is not always inherited. Sometimes it is self-made. He has paid his dues in sweat and stress. Now, as the sun begins its descent over the Riviera, the lawyer fades and the playboy returns. The work is done, the empire is secure, and the afternoon is strictly for the art of pure, unadulterated pleasure. For the average millionaire, shopping is an activity. For Zeus, it is a sovereign right. The transition is instant. As the clock strikes 1300, the fierce strategist vanishes, replaced by the connoisseur of life. Lunch is not a meal. It is a coronation at Monaco's most decorated table. Here, amidst the clinking of crystal and the hush of the elite, he does not read a menu. The chef creates a gastronomic journey specifically for his palate. But true power requires regeneration. He retreats to the sanctuary of Thermes Monte Carlo, a temple of wellness where cryotherapy and deep tissue treatments erase every trace of stress, resetting his biology to absolute zero. By 16, he is reborn and ready to hunt, not for deals, but for artifacts. He enters the Carré d'Or, the golden square of retail heaven. But notice the difference. When Zeus approaches Brioni or Patek Philippe, he does not browse. The doors are locked to the public. The store becomes his private closet. The manager emerges not with a sales pitch, but with vintage champagne. This is hyper-personalized shopping. He selects a John Lobb shoe not because it is expensive, but because the leather was cured specifically for him. It is a dizzying display of freedom that makes you ache with desire. Yet, these shopping bags are merely toys. To understand the true weight of his power, we must look bigger. Much bigger. Let's leave the boutiques behind and tour the colossal tangible assets that actually anchor his throne. Wealth is usually measured in bank accounts. For Zeus, it is measured in territory. We are no longer talking about a lifestyle, we are witnessing a separate economy. The crown jewel is his $150 million Monaco fortress, a property so exclusive it rivals national landmarks. But if the Mediterranean view tires him, he simply teleports to his global collection. A sky-piercing penthouse in New York, a gated sanctuary in Beverly Hills, or a private resort in the Maldives. To connect these worlds, he does not fly, he transcends. His hangar houses a Gulfstream G650 and a Bombardier Global 7500, machines that erase borders at the speed of sound. On the water, he commands a 74-meter superyacht worth $50 million, a floating palace that carries its own ecosystem. Back on land, his garage is a museum of combustion. It is a violent clash of eras. The futuristic aggression of a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ and Ferrari 812 Competizione, sitting alongside the priceless, timeless curves of a classic Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. Even the details are staggering. His body is draped in bespoke Brioni and Tom Ford, fabrics woven solely for his frame. And on his walls, he doesn't hang decoration, he hangs history. Original works by Picasso, Van Gogh, and Monet stare back at him. Tens of millions of dollars in paint, treated as casual home decor. It is an accumulation of wealth that feels almost illegal in its magnitude. But owning the world is one thing, ruling it is another. The sun has set, the city lights are flickering on, and the real game is about to begin. It is time to step out into the night, where influence is the only currency that matters. At 1730, the Yacht Club de Monaco becomes his living room. Here, against the backdrop of bobbing superyachts, casual conversations determine the fate of industries. But this is merely the warm-up. By 1900, the atmosphere tightens. Dressed in black tie perfection, Zeus enters Le Louis XV, Alain Ducasse. This is not dinner. It is a 3-star Michelin theater where the world's most powerful figures dine in hushed reverence. Then the adrenaline spikes. At 22 he steps into the Casino de Monte Carlo, the legendary arena of chance. He plays baccarat, not for the money, but for the thrill. Casually tossing chips worth more than sports cars onto the velvet felt. The energy is intoxicating, a dizzying mix of tension and glamour that most only see in movies. Finally, the night explodes at Jimmy's, where the velvet rope parts like the Red Sea for him. In the VIP lounge, surrounded by beauty and bass, he is the undisputed center of the universe. It is a life so vibrant, it hurts to watch. But even gods must rest. The music fades, the crowds vanish, and we are left with the final, quiet truth of this extraordinary existence. Back in his fortress, Zeus retreats into a private midnight spa session, washing away the adrenaline of the casino. In this final stillness, the public persona fades, and only the man remains. A life lived at full volume deserves a quiet finale. This is the ultimate luxury. Not the noise, but the peace. We have witnessed the daily life of a modern emperor. But we have yet to show you his masterpiece. Hidden within his portfolio is one specific asset that eclipses his jets and yachts combined, a possession so rare and expensive, it defines his entire existence. You are not ready for the price tag. Subscribe now and click right here to unlock the most shocking item in Zeus's collection. The vault is opening, right now. Ultimately, Zeus teaches us that luxury is not a gift, but a conquest. His journey from humble beginnings to a global icon proves that your origin does not define your destiny. True power is not found in the spending, it is found in the struggle and the courage to reinvent yourself. So, dream big but work even harder. Build your own empire. Thank you for watching. Please like to support the channel. Drop a 1 in the comments if you love this story, or a 2 if you didn't. See you at the top.